Guys, Coinbase has announced they are cutting 14% of their staff for AI, for artificial intelligence. Guys, this is over 700 jobs tied into a restructuring plan aimed primarily at reducing costs and repositioning for the AI era. And if you've been subscribed to the channel, this would not be a surprise at all. You should not be surprised at all. We've covered Meta, Microsoft, Oracle, Block, Snap, Klarna, Salesforce. Guys, there are countless companies that are downsizing and streamlining for AI infrastructure and efficiency. But listen, don't just take my word for it. Let's look at what the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, says. Quote, "Today I've made the difficult decision to reduce the size of Coinbase by 14%. I want to walk you through why we're doing this now, what it means for those affected, and how this positions us for the future." End quote. And he continues to explain why now. And I think this is really important for guys like you and me who want to remain relevant, respected, and financially free in this crazy, topsy-turvy AI world. Guys, we've talked about this a lot. The problems that we've solved in the past are not the problems we're going to solve in the future. And what Brian Armstrong is about to say about the point in time that we're in, I think is really illuminating. So let's get back to CEO Brian Armstrong. He says, quote, "Two forces are converging at the same time right now. We need to be front-footed to respond to both." End quote. And he says, he kind of talks a little bit about how strong Coinbase is, how diversified their portfolio is. He talks about the new opportunities with crypto and stable coins and so on and so forth. He also talks about I love this term, cyclicality, which basically means volatility and how they've survived various cycles throughout the crypto market and how they've navigated the industry. So he kind of talks a little bit about that. Then he goes on to what we need to listen to, what we need to pay attention to. Guys, if you're here on the channel, we talk about AI and its impact on the job market 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So if you're not subbed, subscribe, because this is what it's all about, is what he talks about right now. He says, quote, "AI is changing how we work. Over the past year, I've watched engineers use AI to ship in days what used to take a team weeks. Non-technical teams are now shipping production code, and many of our workflows are being automated. The pace of what's possible with a small, focused team has changed dramatically, and it's accelerating every day," end quote. This is right in line with what we've been talking about on this channel and what we've been seeing across the board. Guys, I love that point about how non-technical teams are shipping code and shipping software. And I mean, I'm not a technical guy, and I'm shipping software, and I'm building apps, and I'm building stuff that I never thought was possible. Albeit, if something pops off and is excellent and really hit and resonating, I'm probably gonna wanna bring in an engineer or a programmer to clean up that code. But the fact that I'm able to go from blank space to working software through code is unbelievable. I won't bore you with all the different things that I've built and I am building right now. But I just want to say that what's possible now was not possible a year ago. This is also right in line with what we're seeing with other companies. We covered this in a video a few weeks ago. I'll post a link to it here. But Snap, the creator of Snapchat, just laid off over 1,000 people and said that AI is writing 65% of their code base. That is crazy towns, guys. That is so crazy what's possible. And this isn't, I mean, just looking anecdotally, I was talking to the CTO of a company that I do marketing for just the other day. And he said that 3 months ago, he was looking at hiring more code writers for the organization. He said, "I don't need to do that anymore, Mark, because Claude Code is writing so much code so effectively that I don't need to hire them." He kind of went on to say, and this is kind of an interesting point, that all my code writers out there, all my programmers out there, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. But the CTO also continued to say that, you know, writing code was kind of relaxing for me. It was kind of like a walk in the park. It was a way for me to kind of like decompress. But now I'm spending all my time on these high level, more challenging structural and engineering tasks that my brain is fried by noon. So it's kind of interesting, the dynamic that's playing out there. And I can just say personally that one of the challenges that I've had with AI is it does require constant monitoring. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that here in a moment. But I'll have Claude Cowork go out and do a task, and then it kind of comes back, it kind of keeps coming back and forth. So I have this challenge of context switching. If you're not familiar with this topic, Basically, it states that in order for you to actually get started on a project, it takes about 15 minutes for your brain to actually switch context. So for example, if you're switching back and forth between email and code writing, other different marketing and phone calls and podcast, all this different stuff, that time it takes to get into a flow is what we call context switching. So again, I don't want to digress too much. The point I'm trying to make here is that AI is creating new solutions and new problems. Anyway, let's get back to the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, and what this actually means for the company as a whole. Quote, fewer layers and faster decisions. We are flattening our organizational structure to 5 layers max below CEO and COO, end quote. What does that mean? That means middle management is effed. Those expensive, tenured people in the middle of organizations are getting flattened out, guys. Why? Because he continues, quote, AI native pods will be concentrating around AI native talent who can manage fleets of agents to drive outsized impact. We'll be experimenting with reduced pod sizes, including 1-person teams with engineers, designers, and project managers all in one role. In short, AI is bringing a profound shift in how companies operate, and we're reshaping Coinbase to lead in this new era. This is a new way of working, and we need to leverage AI across every facet of jobs. So what they're doing here is they're cutting out all the bloat, all the middle management that's been growing in these organizations over the years. Why? Because they want managers hands-on, working with teams like coaches in the dugout, working with these teams. You're cutting out all these middle layers. And I mean, this makes perfect sense. AI is going to be much more effective. And what I really like what he says here, and I think this is really important, this should make our ears perk up, is AI native teams. We're bringing on AI native talent, AI native pods, small teams, leveraging, what does he say here? Fleets of agents. This is it, guys. I can't believe that people don't get this yet. Guys, this is the year where AI stops being a tool and starts being an employee. The better you are at delegating work to AI this year, the more success you're going to have moving forward. This is everything. And the amount of people that are sleeping on this is mind-boggling. And then the other side of it is the people that are trying to do too much with AI and end up just producing AI slop all over the place. I can't tell you how frustrating it is when I get AI DMs that are clearly AI. I don't want to talk to a robot on LinkedIn. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it. A, and B, I hate it when I'm in a group thread and someone has obviously, clearly copy and pasted a ChatGPT prompt, pasted it into the chat and pretended like it's their work when all you did was do a simple prompt. In a lot of cases, these guys, these people, they're not even proofreading. They're just like copy paste, wall of text. I don't want to read. I actually gave this example the other day, which I think is interesting. I'm still been kind of reflecting on it. I sent a business plan over to a colleague of mine, and I'd gone through 7 iterations. I'd gone back and forth with Claude over the course of about a week and a half, producing, proofreading, testing it out, and getting an opinion of the business plan with ChatGPT, and then bringing it back, and then editing it in Google Docs, and then bringing it back. 7 iterations, and by the time it was done, it was 33-page business plan. And this sticks out to me. He says, "Holy crap! Business plans used to be 5 pages, now they're 33 thanks to AI." And so there's this balance here. And I told him, listen, I've proofread it. I iterated. This is version 7. This is not me just asking Claude to do all the work. I was actually involved in the process to get to those 33 pages. I would never have gotten there by myself, but with the help of AI, I was able to get there. The point I'm trying to make here, though, guys, is that what a lot of people are doing is they're working lazy. They're producing all this AI slop, sending it over to someone, and I'm like, oh, you just, all you're doing is you're shifting the work that you should have done onto me, because now I need to review everything that your AI agent did that you didn't take the time to review. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Smash the like button if that makes sense to you. Anyway, as a result of this move, Coinbase shares spiked 3.3% in pre-market trading. The company expects to complete this exercise over the next several weeks, and it's going to incur charges between $50 to $60 million for severance and other employee benefits. Guys, I hope you're seeing the trend that's happening now. It's happening right before our eyes. Companies are terminating tens of thousands of roles with one purpose. We want to be more efficient. We want to be more effective. We want to be AI first. Guys, the theme of this channel is AI changes everything. It's right there on the banner because it does. I believe it does. And I'm not concerned about the Terminator. I'm concerned that millions of men, just like you and me, are going to be on the streets because we didn't adapt to this technology fast enough. It's changing every single person in every single industry at every single level. Everyone's going to be impacted. The problems we've solved in the past are not the problems we're going to solve in the future. Now is the best time, I believe, right now, to start a side business, to start a side hustle, to start a side project in being AI native, because you're able to start and execute projects way faster than we have in the past with AI. And B, you're going to be learning the vital skills along the way. This is a win-win situation starting a side project with AI right now. One option is it pops off and you're able to create financial freedom for yourself, a side income that becomes a primary income and gives you control of your life. B, it doesn't work, but if you get laid off, now you've got a ton of skills. You're AI literate. You're able to go and say, oh, I've done the AI agents here, I've done AI agents there. I know it works, I know it doesn't work. Very, very important, guys. Very, very important. But listen, at the end of the day, I hope you liked the video. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. There's a ton more great content coming 6 days a week. I've got a big announcement I plan on making here very soon. I look forward to sharing that with you because I really feel compelled. I wake up every morning with this itch saying, there's guys like me out there that are building or want to build and need help making it happen. AI is just fundamentally changes the way that we live in the world, that we lead our families, that we lead organizations, that we interact with our communities. And I think there's a lot of opportunity out there. It's not all doom and gloom, boys. It's not all doom and gloom. Guys like you and me, we're gonna make it, all right? Anyway, more coming. I hope to see you in the next video. I'll see you there. All right, peace.